Alright, so now that the faux calligraphy is over, I'm going to kind of show you some other fonts that I enjoy, that I have a lot of fun with. So let's do the, I guess, big print in the background, cursive in the front, because that's definitely one of my favorite. I basically headline all of my notes using this particular layout or font, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now this font is nothing special, it's just capital letters. Just one thing you want to keep in mind with this font, what I think makes it cuter and makes it more fun, is when you're doing your horizontal, I guess, marks or writing, just ensure that all your letters stay on the same line. So if your H line is here, make sure your E line is there, and your A, and any other letters that may have that line. I will write a longer word just to give you guys an example. So let's write out, I don't know, leather, because leather seems like it has a lot of those letters in it that has horizontal crossings. So if I do an L, that looks fine, right? Let's do the E. The E line should either be way up here or way down here. In the middle, to me, it just kind of looks too average. So what I'll do is I'll take it all the way to the bottom like that. We're gonna write an A all the way to the bottom. So you see what's happening with those letters? Just keep them very skinny and keep the horizontal lines all the way to the bottom. It just gives it a really cool effect. It just kind of looks like, you know, cartoon-like letters. And then with the R, don't forget, same thing. It does have a horizontal cross. So make sure it hits the bottom there. And then just like that. And look how cool that looks in comparison to just writing it in normal capitalized letters. And part of this is, you know, being tactful with what you're doing and not just writing super fast. So whenever I write out my letters like this, I like to go over with a black felt tip and basically do my cursive over the top of it. And the main, I guess, technique with that cursive is to make sure that wherever you're writing that letter, that it lands in the middle of the big letter. So your H should not be in the middle over here, or like way over here to the left, or like over the last line of the H. It should basically be dead center. And I'll try to write really slow so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna start with the H. So here's my H. It should fall basically dead center of the H, right? Here's the E. The L. L. O. And look how cool that looks. I did that in all of 5 seconds. Come on. So let's do leather. Same thing. Keep the black letters on top of the corresponding letter. It just makes it look a lot neater and a lot more purposeful. Here we go. And again, don't be afraid to pick up your pen. You don't have to do it exactly like me. This is just how I do it. So L, E, A. Why does this feel like Sesame Street? I'm sorry, guys. Like, why am I spelling for you? Like, you don't know how to spell. All right, leather. Woo. And again, looks really cool. And what I like to do is extend the end part out really long. It gives a cool effect. I can't explain why, it just does. Now, that's basically my capital letters behind cursive. And then I'll show you one more technique I like to use that you've definitely seen me use in the past. Yellow leather, should I just write bag? Like, why not, right? So when I'm writing my capital letters in the back, sometimes what I'll do is, let me try to explain this, not fill them in the middle, but make it obvious that they're there. So again, it's probably easier if I show you than tell you. But you see, I'm not filling in the middle, but I'm gonna fill in the bottom. And this is very hard to do at first, you guys, because you want to fill this in so badly, but you can't because it's gonna ruin like what you're trying to do. And then the B down there. And draw an A, and right there, and then a G there. Okay, so this says bag, but because the middle is missing, it kind of gives just a cool little effect. But of course, to each your own. If you don't want to do this, you definitely don't have to. And then again, I will draw the cursive corresponding letter inside. So B, G. So hello leather bag, and this one is just more separated. This one is right over. This obviously is my favorite technique, but I want to show you guys this one because I do use it sometimes. And then of course you're always welcome to go back and do faux calligraphy over the letters, the cursive that you just did. And before we keep moving along, you guys know I always like to include examples of other accounts, whether they be Instagram or Pinterest, that inspire me and have kind of given me some ideas to base this on, because we all inspire each other. No one really comes up with any unique concept when it comes to these type of things. So go ahead and enjoy these examples. All right, and as always, those channels or those Instagram accounts will be linked below so that you can follow and support those people. As you guys can see, I am still sticking with my same concept, which is keeping the horizontal letter, or I guess the horizontal crossing, consistent throughout the entire word. You can choose bottom, middle, or top. I personally like the bottom. It just makes the letters look really cool and like cartoonish. So anyways, now it's time to fill in the letters and kind of create the outline. And all that I like to do is, just like the faux calligraphy, I just draw an outline onto the letters. Okay, so you have your capital letters, and then you just want to go back through and fill those in. So very similar to the calligraphy, you're just not doing any calligraphy. You're just doing block letters with lines. Your letters look more defined, they have a cooler effect on them, and then you're always welcome to go back with a Tombow or something else that does not smear easily and fill this in. And I apologize, my voice is kind of like deep and scratchy, you guys. I feel like I'm allergic to my apartment. So there you go. You got some cool letters, and it's okay if like all of it is not filled in perfectly. It kind of creates that watercolor effect, and I personally like it. Another font that I've done since the beginning of time is just doing those same capital letters, but at the end putting a line. And then you have it, some cool letters that just gives a different effect to what you're writing, but very, very easy. Here's one more effect I like to do that's very similar to the one on top here. You're just being very purposeful about how you're drawing your outline. So let's choose a different word this time. Let me think. Let's do plant, because I have a plant close to me. So if I'm writing a P, I want to make sure that the first block I write is the vertical line in that letter. So a P has one vertical line here, so I draw the block, then I draw the curve on it. An L, again, you have one vertical letter, so you draw, or one vertical line, so you draw that first, then you draw your horizontal line. Here on an A, we do have a line that is not exactly vertical, but it does come down first, so we draw that one as a block, and then we draw the A. See, does that kind of make sense? And then here you can leave it as is. You can fill it in with the lines. You guys know how much I love my lines. Again, just giving you some variation and some ideas, but here are 3 completely different fonts that make these letters and these words look so cool, but they're basic concepts that you can pick up if you just practice. So thank you all so much for your support. I really hope this video was helpful in some type of way and gave you some insight into how to decorate your bullet journal and just make it more fun and just add a little bit of context to it. I hope everything made sense, and if not, definitely comment below and let me know, and I'll do my best to clarify. You all are amazing. I couldn't imagine doing this channel or really any of this without an amazing crowd of people like you, just being so supportive and always leaving great comments. My last video got so much support. As always, don't forget to like this video if it was helpful to you, and if you aren't subscribed, of course do that. If you guys want to see a hand lettering series and just more to kind of build on the concepts that I covered in this video, definitely let me know. I think it would be fun because you can also see how I've progressed over time and how my hand lettering gets better over time. I can also go a lot deeper into certain concepts and take my time with kind of showing you, you know, how exactly to connect letters and things like that. So definitely let me know. But I'm still practicing. It's still a work in progress. If you want to see videos on doodling, or maybe how I do an in-depth like weekly spread and how I go about setting that up and where I get my concepts from, let me know and I'll also include that. And if you're not already following me over on Snapchat and Instagram, be sure to do so, because of course I have more frequent updates on what's going on in my life and with school. So again, thank you guys so very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.